things are pretty bad with the stock market right now, and they're about to get much, 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 much worse. Much worse indeed. So it's 22 days. That's all it took for the S&P 500 to fall 30% from its record high, the fastest drop of this magnitude in history. The second, third, and fourth quickest 30% pullbacks all occurred during the Great Depression era of 1934, 31, and 29. Those seem like
Wow.
we beat those records. Congratulations, guys. We won. This is the winning. We're not going to. Trump said we'll get tired of winning. I'm not tired at all. I'm exhausted. Retrospect. Anyway, according to data from Bank of American Securities, investors continue to dump equity at a rapid pace as they fear the economic fallout from the coronavirus. I just want to point out again how stable is our system, that a little epidemic is causing the worst, depression perhaps ever in American history. Congratulations, guys. You have a really well done system. Definitely haven't been listening to us for the last 3 years trying to call it out. Little too late now. Outpaced the actions from global central banks and governments. By the way, because that Trump has already and Obama have been cutting interest rates, well, mainly Trump's Fed have been cutting interest rates. They're at 0%. They really can't do anything more but just MMT their way out of this, and that's not even going to work. They're trying to. Anyway, with a decline of such extreme speed, some on Wall Street believe investors are projected a scenario even worse than a recession, warning that there could be more pain ahead before the markets reach a turning point. Quote, at Friday's new low of 2,305, and the S&P 500 was the cusp of exiting recession pricing and baking in a more onerous scenario, aka things about to get worse. The bottom not here. I don't know what to do. We did everything we could. We need socialism to help us. I'm just paraphrasing, though. Stocks fell again on Monday, even after the Federal Reserve pledged asset purchases with no limit to support the markets amidst the coronavirus pandemic. So here you have a scenario where capitalism has just completely failed. And this is what I talked about a number of times before, that this is what happens. This is the worst thing that can happen to bureaucracy. It's when the bureaucratic system is functioning as it needs to, and it's making things worse. Because what's the Fed doing? We'll just throw money into it. And then what do investors go? Oh, no, they have to throw money into it. There's something that must be wrong. So the Fed's like, we'll throw more money into it. And then investors go, oh, my God, things are terrible. So I've been even seeing some reports that they're expecting like 30% unemployment, which, by the way, the Depression had 25% unemployment. So that's about a third of the workforce not having work. And I saw a nice video with Kyle Kulinski, and he made a good reminder that I want to pass along. Whatever the official unemployment is, actual employment's about double. So if we have 30% unemployment, it's like more than half the workforce.
That's crazy.
Isn't there. And so, well, again, what happens to a consumer economy when this happens? Well, it's like a car that crashes. You've got to rebuild it from scratch. Joe Biden doesn't know what a mechanic shop is. He'll be like, I had a mechanic at some point. Trump will pretend he has a mechanic, and he'll part it off to the highest bidder, or the lowest bidder, the one that pays him the highest, I should say. And Bernie would probably go, okay, guys, let's design a new car.
Yeah. So again, here's the thing. The system is failing. It's not working for anybody. And of course, we're seeing in now recent reports that, oh, the stock market's roaring. It's recovering now. No, it's not.
Wait, it's not roaring. Wait, no, it's roaring. It's just burning. That's the roar you're hearing. It's the fire.
The roaring of the fire.
You see an uptick because we just infused a bunch more cash.
Oh wait, no, it's roaring. It's burning. It's roaring away.
So here's the sad fact. Like every time the market does succeed, we never see the benefits. But every time it crashes, we feel the losses. And this is such an upside down system. I mean, none of us are involved in the trading in Wall Street. None of us are involved in any of those decisions. And when the market fails, we're the ones left holding the bag. This isn't right. I mean, a consumer economy, hey, good luck. I mean, on yesterday's show, a lot of people in the live stream chat were saying, hey, I'm at risk of being evicted. Hey, I'm at risk of losing my job. Hey, I'm at risk of losing my house. Hey, my student debt is eating up my paycheck. I might not have a job tomorrow. This is this consumer economy that's so great that we tout that we're number one. Oh, we're number one, all right. Especially when this thing falls down, we will be the first country that will have a devastated economy, a devastated populace. And how do we recover from it when we have a Congress that doesn't even work for us? How are we going to recover from something that, wasn't our creation in the first place, but made by those in the suits and ties, the people who corporate media said are the smart people, the ones who know everything. Well, they don't. It's all been one big lie, and we got to stop this system. And you see Joe Biden regulating this? No, because him and Obama in 2008 decided to bail out Wall Street and the big banks. I mean, it's just simple as that. Those are facts. And if you don't like it, too bad, so sad, which is why possibly there's a very good chance of Biden losing to Trump if he is the nominee. Paul.
I just want to add, sorry to interject real quick, but I want to add on that Kit's exactly right. We've been saying this on the show as well. This is not entirely Trump aggravated it. Do not get me wrong, but this is because Obama didn't fix anything in 2008.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, Trump aggravated it. I mean, they certainly got their tax cuts to the millionaires and billionaires as quickly as possible before the bottom fell out of this, didn't they?
Yeah. And we're the ones left paying that tax cut.
Yeah. This is kind of a frightening time to be alive. I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, I always mention this is it's sort of like it's bittersweet. It proves the point, that we've been saying this could happen. This will happen. And then it happens and it's like, okay, well, it's really negative and bad things come from it. And here are the bad things that are going to come from it. And they're going to make the arguments that we need more money and bail us out more and pump money into the system. And it's going to happen. And it's lose-lose from our perspective, from our ideology, unless things fundamentally change. Yeah. And 30% unemployment is kind of rife conditions for that. So I'm not advocating for anything specific, but I'm just pointing out maybe some restructuring is in order and could get done, and that's the hope. That's the shimmer of a hope.
Yeah. What's needed to really fix this thing? The solution that's at the heart of this, what can fix this problem, is people getting involved. Like, this is the time right now where people got to realize that they have a voice. That, look, everyone right now is going to be laid off. Everyone right now is going to be unemployed. Everyone's going to be broke. We're all going to be feeling it, okay? And I don't care what your ideology is. How we get through this is by working together as a community, getting involved in our election cycle, fixing the way we run elections, and actually voting these people out of office. They don't care about us. The Republican and DNC establishment are all friends with each other. They are friends. They work together. They know the same people in Wall Street. They know all the big banks. They all know the same major corporations. They work together. They are friends. They are friends. They are friends. So how do we do this? It means us, the people, step up. And it means it's going to be a long uphill fight because these guys like holding on to their power, but they are nothing but a paper tiger surrounded by a paper wall. If enough of us push on it, it will break. And we have to create something new, something better.
Oh, you guys make great points. Getting involved, yes, something that, I think about more than ever. Paul puts it really succinctly, though, in saying bittersweet, right? While everything is just kind of going crazy right now, you can also see that change needs to be done, but it's just scary. And I don't know. There's a big part of me that just says, well, I'm just here for the ride at this point, and however it plays out is however it plays out. So, I'm lucky in some ways because I have a place to stay, but there's a lot of people who are not. I mean, I don't have a ton of money. I'm sure there's a lot of us who are struggling, but there are a lot of other people who are probably in worse situations, and my heart kind of goes out to them. So
I just want to point out in this that, like, I feel like, we have a huge amount of viewers that, have been with us for a while. And, we've talked about this. You guys have seen it coming. We've seen it coming. You know who never saw this coming, never expected this came? Everyone that watches TV. There are still so many people who, even now, that I talk to every now and then on Facebook or in real life or something, that are like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, well, we've gotten the elections right. We've gotten most of this stuff right because it was kind of obvious. And we have this major recession. I mean, I remember every time I would hang out with, friends of my parents, things of that nature, I'd always be like, hey, 2 years ago, hey, in 2020, right about 2020, be careful. There's going to be a stock. Oh, that's cute. Oh, you have a news show. That's funny. Oh, turns out we were right. And it is bittersweet because it's like, congratulations, I'm sitting on a smoldering wreckage of $1 trillion.
Yeah,
So-
and this is something we're all going to have to deal with, and we have to work together to get out of this crisis. And I don't know what it's going to look like once we walk out of here, but it's going to be a whole different world. And the one thing I'm looking forward to is actually walking back into our studio and getting back to work. That's what I miss. That's what I want to do.